Yeah, yeah. Yo,
What's happening?
what's going on, Cat Daddy? What's going on?
Man, staying safe out here.
We coming in clear. Are we just doing audio or you getting on the video too?
Oh, hold on. Let me get that. Let me get it together real quick. How you been?
Bro, man, hey, staying out the way, laying low, man, but I'm good.
Hold on. How you do the video thing?
There should be
Let
something
me
like on there
see.
that says share video.
Let me see. Start. Okay. Got you. I got you.
Got it going?
Yes, sir. What's
Already.
up? What's up?
There he is. There he is. What's going on, Cat Daddy? What's going on?
What's up, Jay? Turn to this, man.
Hey, man, listen, man. You are officially episode 2 of Gubbin, Gabbin with the Guvna. I decided to go ahead
Already.
and start doing this, man. We got quite a bit of time on our hands, man. I was like, it's time to start reaching out to my network and letting the rest of the world know what time it is.
Real talk, man.
And I see our
I,
connection is good. That's good. We're recording. Man, hey, tell the world who are you and where are you from?
I'm Chef James, the chef that got his own day in Houston, Texas. I'm from Houston, Texas.
From the H.
From the H.
All right, all right, all
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So tell us a little bit about you are a chef. Tell us the history
Yeah.
of you becoming a chef and where you're at now, brother.
Well, I started cooking at 7 years old, dealing with my grandfather's barbecue trailer. And man, I've been working on that trailer since I was like all the way to 16. And yeah, I've been cooking for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And man, because we started off in a small town in Waller, Texas. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
in Waller, my grandfather, he always barbecued and always had good barbecue and good, side beans and stuff like that, homemade potato salad. So I just took the craft and elevated it. That's basically what I did. I just
Oh,
took the craft and just elevated it, man. And once I did that, it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Honestly, it was pretty cool. So it's like when I came back to Houston, I was in the country for a little minute, came to Houston, man, and I say, well, cooking is gonna be essential for the world to need a chef or a cook, somebody that's gonna prepare the food for any time. They always gonna need somebody to, to cook food for anybody sick, like right now, anybody that's cooking food, that's essential worker. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that long time ago.
Yeah.
So I just got into the culinary field in 2000, graduated 2002, uh, went and started working for a bunch of celebrity chefs around town, opened up 10 restaurants with a bunch of celebrity chefs that opened up from California. I went on tour with them, opened up other restaurants in like 13 other states. I was the sous chef for Gordon Ramsay for like
Oh,
7 years in
wow.
Las Vegas. We opened up the Caesar Palace one. Then I went and came, like I say, I was traveling. I was doing those traveling chefs. And I worked for a bunch of chefs. That's where they gave me all my talent. My talent came from just multiple different chefs. They had multiple different crafts.
Man.
So, I just took that and I elevated it. So people just think, because I have a barbecue company, people that think I just do barbecue. No, I'm actually a chef first before I became a barbecue person, full time, but I did start with barbecue. So, that was a passion / hobby when I was younger. Then I say, well, since that was in my family, trait in my family tree type of situation, that everybody love the barbecue. I just say, well, let me go on and do a barbecue company and just elevate it with the craft of chef life with the barbecue experience.
Man.
So I took it and I ran with it, man, and I started doing the private chef work. That's how I ran across a couple of celebrities and stuff like that. And man, it just elevated, and I started traveling. They started booking me in East Hampton, New York. Then I went to California, Las Vegas, Little Rock, Arkansas, man, Florida, Washington, D.C., Connecticut, Miami. Man, I didn't cook for a bunch of folks all around the United States doing private work, So, yeah, I've been going on, like, say, 20-something years.
Man.
20-something years. Yes, sir.
That is loud, bro. Because now I me myself, like I know of you and I know what you do, man. But I this is the first time me hearing the story too. So that's
yeah. A lot of folks, like I say, man, think that I just do barbecue because I put it out there like that. I don't just put out fancy dishes or nothing like that. But I do barbecue a lot because, like I say, I started the barbecue company, and that's what pays the bills right now, and and it's moving the way it's supposed to move. The chef life, it moves too, but not moving fast enough, like, as the barbecue side. So, when I settled down back in Houston again, man, I just said, when I started a nonprofit organization to help feed the community, got registered with the City of Houston and everything. I'm not a 501c. I deal with food only. You know what I'm saying? So the city approved that. So, I'm registered with the City of Houston, my nonprofit organization called JMBC Giving. We give back clothes, food, time, a little bit of everything, But, yeah, we a registered nonprofit organization, So I have some multiple businesses going on,
Oh, man. Hey, man, I just know right off the jump, dog. I remember meeting you. First time I met you was in the parking lot of that movie theater. Sunday in Houston, man, and you've been cool from the jump, man. You always been supportive. So it goes to show that real respect, real. You know what I'm saying? The only
100.
competition that we ever end is against ourselves in time.
Correct.
And it seems like you've used your time well, man. And dog, this Rona thing has been affecting all. You came on with the mask on and everything, man. How's it looking down there in Houston right now?
Man, it's bad, man. I'm looking at the news right now. We got, I think, another 500 more cases.
Man.
I think it's like 20 people dead or something like that. And, they cracking down on everything, man. They closed the parks out here, and like I say, I sell food, so it kind of affected what I have going on because I was on tour, so that stopped that out there with y'all, and my East Hampton tour, my California tour, got shut down, and it just, but I'm making do out here in Houston. Anybody that want to support me, I sell food to them and stuff like that, and man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It really is.
Yeah, man. It's like, when you come into when you come into a negative, you always got to figure out how to make it positive, man.
Right.
And that's been the biggest thing. Even me starting this was, turn the negative into positive, man. On my journey in my music world, where I've met so many people like yourself, and just, I've rubbed elbows and met so many people that do so many different things that it affects my world. I was like, man, I need to bring y'all out in my world and beyond. It's time that I let people get a piece of this journey, because they don't know half of it unless I do something like this. I can't explain how many amazing people I've met. I've been like you. I've been doing music since I was little. Like, my passion's been music, and I've been doing it. It's like, it sounds like a similar thing where the game chooses you. It sounds like that game chose you, and you've been running with it, and it's a family legacy. Same thing with me, with my family. I'm up here in North Texas, and all my family was in the church, and my granddaddy literally used to work on the railroads and used to sing Negro spirituals to us during our family events. And that music thing, that and the harmony thing has been with me forever. So, I understand something that's been over your life, and you wake up thinking about it all the time. And that seems like what you do, because cooking is an art form, just like music. Cooking is an extreme art form.
Yeah.
and you figured out your lane, brother, and you riding hard. Even in this rough time, I know that there's still people still need to eat. You know what I'm saying? And not
Yeah,
everybody likes to
sir.
cook, you know. And you know,
Yeah.
my prayers are with all of us, man, in this time. But I'm sure, you know, just the way that you're set up, man, you know how to work around it, and you have an essential business. Mofos got to eat. Mofos got to eat.
Yeah. Got to, man. You know that, and then also, you know, I play a big part in the community. Also, you know, even though I have my own day in the city, you know, I also play my part as a hard worker. You know, to make sure that I honor that, and they understand that I take that also serious. You know, it ain't just a piece of paper saying, okay, well, we grant him this day. Just like MLK Day, I'm just like that. I'm Chef James Day. You know, Chef James Rucker Day, you know, September 9th. You know, I got blessed by the mayor of Houston, you know, September 9th, 2017,
Yeah.
became Chef James Day. So, you know, and everybody that have days around the world, you know, is always, you know, you have to get out there and show the world that you are in the community, because that's the reason why they gave it to you the first time.
Right.
You know, they just don't give anybody a day in the city.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, I take that serious, you know, not just saying, oh, just put it in nobody's face, well, I got my own day in the city. You know, I actually was out there doing Hurricane Harvey. I gave out over $2,000 worth of food out of my pocket.
Yeah.
You know, with no assistance or nothing like that. So I was out there with the mayor, you know, side by side, feeding the homeless, feeding the community. And I was like, I asked the mayor, I was like, Mr. Turner, how can I get my own day in the city? Because I'm busting my butt to make sure, you know, the people is fed, you know, make sure everybody clothed. I was teaming up with different organizations to make that happen. And like I say, I deal with food only, you know, so when they need help or something like that, they hit me up. You know, Chef, we got an organization that need this. We got this organization that need that. You know, different nonprofit 501Cs call me up, and they always, you know, like daily. That's like on the daily. You know, they always ask me, well, how can we do this with your company and try to turn a profit at the same time?
Yeah.
So I was like, with my nonprofit organization, like I say, we do it as we don't make no profit. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't make no profit with my nonprofit, and it's so many reasons why. I just feel like it's a need to bless others, even though I'm not thinking about a money in return. You know, I'm not like, well, I want to charge the organization this amount of money, you know, for me to even just to bless them with a couple of $100 worth of food.
Yeah.
You know, I just come out of my pocket, buy the food, cook the food, deliver the food, give out the food. You know, with no, I'm not looking for no return.
Right.
You know, because I used to been down that road, you know, jailing and all that, you know, criminal life. I used to be like that, you know, until, you know, I took a different turn in my life and knowing that it was better things than out there being foolish.
Yeah.
You know, and I knew I just couldn't be foolish all my life. You know, I knew I needed to grow and make a difference in the world. So I took that and I ran with it. You
Every
know,
cause has an effect, right? Every cause got an
yeah,
effect. You know,
yeah,
so it's like it's cool to see, man. That means, you know, you're not only just helping the community, but you're also leading by example, which is a great thing, brother. And I commend you on that, man. And I pray that you know, God look over you and your mission forever and a day. You know what I'm saying? And now, do you just cook for celebrity? Now you got your nonprofit, but as far as like your do you do personal chef work for just celebrities or for anybody that can come to you with it?
anybody.
Anybody.
Anybody. I require, you know, less things than a lot of folks. My prices is very reasonable. But like if it's out of state, then it's a little bit more. But like in state, I'm very reasonable. I come to your house. Any holiday, any special event that you need, you know, it just, when I say celebrities, it be like, because you know they throw a lot of parties, private parties. You know, celebrities be more private than regular people, so they looking for a private chef or a private cook. So bam, I get that call, and when I get that call, then I gotta go, because I love to feed people. That's something that I do for a living. So, the celebrities be the more my phone ringing and me, jumping on planes and stuff and going where they at, So, but regular, some people, they don't really call me because they feel like I'm pricey.
Right.
I'm gonna say that. Yeah, they feel. I had a lady, she was trying to do something for her husband, and I got in her comments. I say, well, I can cook for y'all as a private chef. First thing she said, you too much. I say, how you know? I ain't never tell you no price.
Right.
How you figure that I'm a high price chef? You know what I'm saying? I could be saying, well, give me $250 and I cook you a 4-course meal. You didn't know, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. So, they feel like I'm pricey, because I cook for celebrities, what they see online.
Yeah.
So they automatic feel like, oh, Chef James, oh, he's pretty hot. No, I'm not. I'm reasonable. I work with your budget. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want a 4-course, it all depends on what you're asking for.
Right.
If you asking for a 5-course meal for you and your family, then yeah, it's gonna be nice. But if you asking for cook us some breakfast and some lunch for me and my husband or me and my wife, you know what I'm saying, type of situation, or me and whatever, your spouse, your woman, your man, or something like that, I'm gonna say, well, my price only runs under $500. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be there early. I'm gonna make sure y'all tables and stuff, your dining room tables looking lovely. I bring all that. I bring the linen, the candles, the plates.
Man. The whole
that's what I'm saying.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the private chef work. That's what I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you $500 and then you say, well, what do I get for $500? And then I tell you, well, you get the food, you get the special experience of having a personal chef inside your home.
Yeah.
That it ain't too many people doing that. Only big time people doing that. So if I say, well, I charge you $500 to $400 or something like that to give you 2 courses, you getting your breakfast and you getting your lunch or your dinner, whatever you want in your 2 courses or 3 courses. Well, this is what you receiving, for that amount.
Right.
So what is the problem? You not paying the amount that I'm saying. I could be hitting you across your head and charging what is really worth. You know what I'm saying? What I charge them, $1,000 and better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For me to even come out, it's got to be $1,000 and better. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm saying $400, $500, that's a deal. Because I'm not just coming just to give you no simple breakfast. I'm not coming to give you no simple lunch or dinner.
Right.
And food costs. Food, labor, time costs.
Yeah.
So you got to add that on into my price range and plus my traveling time. So if I say $500, it's just like Mr. Lee. You know Mr. Lee, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Mr. Lee out there in Dallas. I just connected with Mr. Lee. You know what I'm saying? I told him I do the private chef work. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, how can I get you out here in Dallas, Texas? I say, man, link up with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I say, normal people can get at me, you know what I'm saying, if they want that special treatment with they loved ones, I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring you something that you never just had in your house. Even though, people do cook breakfast, lunch, or dinner at their home, but there's going to be a different experience. You got a person.
Special occasion. It's definitely a special occasion. And hey, man, you think about when people pay to take people out, the gas money, the outfit, when all of that adds up, and sometimes they equivalent a private chef to the wealthy. When really, when you add up everything you got to go do for something special that you feel special about, put that money in. So it's all a perception of it, man. This is interesting stuff, man. I never really got into a deal. I've had another friend of mine I went to college with. He was doing that up in New York, but I never get deep into it like I am with you today, man. So this is really interesting. Now, how do people get in touch with you if they want this experience? What's the way to contact you on social media and whatnot?
Man, they like, I'm Googleable. I'm Googleable, man. I tell everybody, I have business cards, but I don't use business cards because I just tell people, just Google my name, all my social media, all my telephone numbers, is on Google. Google, Bing, whatever search engine that you use, you can find me. You know what I'm saying? On all social network sites, all platforms, all that. You know,
and what are they putting in there? What are they putting in the search engine when they go to Google? Who do they search up? What is the exact name they search up, brother?
Chef James Rucker.
Chef James Rucker, y'all. Now, one more question for you before I close this up. Now, you say you're from Texas, but you're not originally from Houston, is what I just heard you say. You're not from the A. You from a little country.
Yeah. I was actually born in Houston.
Yeah.
Moved around. You know how hard times be, mama. You know what I'm saying? One deep type of situation, and you know we moved around a lot, and we ended up in the country. You know, so we ended up in the country at a young age and lived out there for a couple of years. Went to school out there in Waller, Texas.
Yeah.
With my family out there, so you know it took that experience, and I'm glad that I did experience that. You know, because it taught me a lot. You know how to really work for what you got and what you have. You know, so you know just the elders teach you that. You know, at a young age. Like I say, I've been cooking since 7, and my grandfather used to get on my butt behind, like, you know, stop opening that pit up. Stop doing this, stop doing that. And when to this day, I still think about what he was saying. And every put some meat on the pit, Jay, man, I'm telling you, I don't open it up. I let that meat cook. Grandpa used to get on my butt behind, like, I used to like to smell the smoke. I used to like looking at that meat cook. I used to just like watching it. Like really come to life. Now I just let it cook now, man. It's a technique. It ain't just like folks don't know. It's a technique to all things, all crafts. So, you know, people don't understand that you can't just be slapping no meat on no grill, on no barbecue pit and call it barbecue. It's a technique. You know, all my meat is smoked for 9 hours. Wow. You know, I really, I'm, you know, I have a big old trailer, man. I don't think you ever seen this trailer, but
oh wow,
yeah, this is what I was gonna pull down at a Sherman.
Yeah, we gonna get to it, man. Yeah, that's a lot. That is big, brother.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna pull up on you with, man.
Yeah,
I was gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying? With this big boy right here.
And that's all you need right there. That's
all I need.
That's the workstation.
And I got cold and hot water and everything on this.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff.
Yes,
man.
Sir.
Now,
yes, sir.
You say you done traveled all over the place, man, and you done worked with a lot of people. What made you make H-Town the center location? What made you come back to H-Town out of all the places you went to? Why H-Town? Why Houston?
Because, you know, traits. The legacy of mother and family member. The house I'm at right now, I was born here. Born and raised in South Park, Houston.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, that's how I came along with a bunch of them rappers out here. You know, growing up under them, going to their house. They probably don't remember that. But, you know, it's been a long time, you know, since I, you know, really hung out with them. But back in the day, everybody was out here. I'm talking about every rapper from Southside was out here. And we was at their house, chilling, you know what I'm saying, playing basketball, all that. But they gonna say, now we don't remember Chef James, you know, we don't remember James. You know, like I did.
You know better though.
Yeah, I know better, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I say, I'm from South Park, 2 streets down from where Lil Kiki grew up at. My grandma stayed on the corner, 2 houses down from where Kiki house was.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I know Kiki really personally, man. You feel what I'm saying? So ESG right around the corner. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same way. I know we from Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? But just being out here in South Park, man, I'm running across a bunch of rappers, man. And it was just a blessing just to even know them. And then when I see them today, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, man, you don't remember me, huh? They be like, nah, man. Then I start naming like, hey, man, you don't remember this right here? And they be like, oh, that was your people. Yeah, that was me, man.
Yeah, man. You know, brothers, it's been a long time and brothers been partying hard out in the age. We know that much. We know that.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, man.
are you allowed to tell us some of the celebrities that you cook for? Are you allowed, or is
Oh
that?
yeah. I got a list. I got a whole list, Jay Tronics, man. Starting out my Houston rapper, is Paul. He got his own ribs with me, Paul Wall ribs.
Nice.
They can order that, them slabs of ribs. He get them pans and stuff from me all the time. And I didn't cook for Slick Rick in New York. That's why I go to New York a lot,
Wow.
East Hampton and stuff like that. So I have a couple of locations out there in East Hampton. I deal with Slick Rick. I didn't deal with Rick Ross. I didn't deal with Floyd Mayweather, uh, Ray Lewis, um, 2 Chainz, Future. 2 Chainz like white meat. He don't deal with dog meat. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. One day when I was cooking for him, he was like, "Man, you don't have no white meat on the pit." And he got on my trailer. When he got on the trailer, I was like, "Nah, I don't got no white meat." Man, I'm gonna tell you this, and this is a true story. Man, I left the trailer while they was at the concert. I left, went to go get some white meat, and cooked that white meat for that man.
You had to. You had to.
Yeah. I wasn't playing. I wanted him to try this food. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I stopped what I was doing. I had my workers continue to cook and sell food, and I went and got that white meat. I got some chicken breasts and stuff like that for him, and shoot, we went on with it. So yeah, it was a true blessing. And I got a couple. I cooked for Slim Thug, Kiki, man, Sauce Walker. He had a couple sausage sandwiches and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
they order pans every once in the blue moon. Doughboy sauce, a bunch of it's like a bunch of rappers. And a lot of folks like, man, you must be the hip hop chef or something like that, or the rapper chef. I say, man, whoever come my way and willing to pay my prices, and that's who I cook for. If it's rappers, it's rappers.
Yeah.
I can't deny who my clientele is, and I ain't gonna deny who my clientele. If it's rappers, it's rappers. If it's corporate people, it's corporate people.
Yeah.
It is what it is with me. Whoever gonna, bless my game and buy this food, then you my client.
Only color you see is green, right?
Man, I'm telling you, I don't care. It don't matter what career you in. You know what I'm saying? As long as we support each other, man, and make things happen out here in Houston, man, or wherever we at, cooking or something like that, man, I'm down with it. But just having the blessing of this, get networked the way I network, it's truly a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first went to cook for Slick Rick in East Hampton, I have a partner out there in East Hampton that's networking for me. So he deal with my business out there in East Hampton in New York. So when he brought me to New York, they paid for everything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to pay. That was that private chef work. Not it's like two. I got like down there 2 businesses inside of one.
Yeah.
I got the chef life and I got the barbecue life.
Right.
So, the chef life, you know what I'm saying? I shot out there to East Hampton, Slick Rick birthday. They wanted something catered, you know what I'm saying? So I fed like 2,000 people.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I went hard. You know what I'm saying? We hired a crew out there in the Hamptons. I was in Montauk, New York.
Yeah.
That's at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? and it just brightened my horizons, man. And I be trying to tell folks, man, you got to get out and travel, man, and live your life. Like I say,
man, it's pivotal, man. I lived in Boston for almost 20 years before I moved back here. So I spent a lot of time in Boston and New York City before I came back to Texas. So, but I've always been, I call myself the governor of the galaxy. So I got to be traveling all over the place to call myself that, man. It's an expansion card, man. It lets you see some things, man.
Yeah. It actually, like I said, I tell folks, man, it brightens your horizons, man, in life that you never seen so much beautiful things out here in the world unless you just get up and leave Houston. I know people that's 40 and 50 years old ain't never left Texas.
Yeah.
And I be looking at them like, why not? Why y'all haven't traveled and lived y'all life? I'm only 39 years old.
Yeah.
And I done been in over 13 states. So I'm pretty happy with that. I done seen some things. And when I went to California, I hooked up with what his name, Bernard and them with the Cookie Factory.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Out there in California, in Melrose, I was out there at Beverly Hills cooking and stuff like that out there. And Man, I ran across some of the bodyguards and stuff like that, and they were like, "Man, who is you, man? You can't just be walking up in the cookie store." I say, "Man, I'm Chef James, man. I know the managers and stuff like that, Gold Toes, that deal with Bernard and them, you know what I'm saying, that owner of the Cookie Factory. So I deal with them guys, and they know me personally. You know what I'm saying? You can call them up and say, do you know Chef James type of situation?
Right.
You know, this ain't just no talk. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it's a blessing just to move around and just have people that actually support you out of state.
That's
Then your interstate don't really. My problem was it been hard for me on the Houston side. You know, like I say, the support for me, I'm gonna say personally, it haven't been as promising that I thought. You know, it took me to get out of state to make something happen, to really enjoy my life as a chef or you know, as a barbecue caterer. You know, just getting out of state and just seeing, man, it's bigger and brighter things out of Houston. People will support you more. Strangers will support you more than your people.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's real,
so
man. You know, I
yeah.
think a lot of us deal with that everywhere we are. Like, you're lucky to have a fan base where you're from, but then you also realize, like, the blessing behind that is it doesn't make you comfortable to be idle. Like, if you got something you want to give to the people and you're not getting it in your remote area, it always makes me say, you know, I'll forever rep local, but I think and I act global. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
it's important, man, you know, that you have the strength, you know, that you'll go out there and get it wherever the getting is good. Because, you know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
opens it up. It opens up your market, you know. So now it's not about, you know, personal relationship. It's all about that business and who wants it. And, you know,
Yeah.
and it's good
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
figured that out, man. Well, you know, I'm gonna wrap this thing up, man. I appreciate you getting on here with me, man. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube and everything, and we'll cross promote. Brother, man, tell them again, who are they Googling so they can find out about you?
Chef James Rucker. You know, Chef James, last name Rucker, Rucker. You know, y'all can find me on all social platforms, Facebook, Twitters, you know, Instagram, Snapchat, all that, you know, as Chef James Rucker. Or, you know, like I said, for Chef James Rucker Day. Man, there's a lot of things you can Google me about, you know, and the chef that got his own day is going to pull up on the Houston, Texas, you know. So it's like I say, it's a blessing to even work hard and make it happen, you know, and see other people's dreams come true also, because I'm all about that. I'm all about supporting my other brothers and sisters, you know, whatever business that you have going on, you know what I'm saying? Because we need that more. You know, we can't hate on each other's success. You know what I'm saying? I always like to congratulate people on their success and they whatever struggle that they went through and became who they became today in 2020. I salute people for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I came afar. You know what I'm saying? A far way.
Right.
So, you know, I came a long, long way, Jake, man. I'm talking about a long, long way, bro.
Hey,
You know,
good.
like I say, yeah. You know, I started with like little Smokies. You know, the little Smokies. My first client, and what's so crazy is like I was like the rappers just drawing to me or something like that, right? So my first client was from Harlem Clark. His name was Foolie Wayne. You know what I'm saying? And he would think he was messing with I think Waltz Nest or something out there in Harlem Clark. Them boys out there with little head in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, them boys out there, man. That was my fact. And that was back in 2002. That was my first rapper. He wanted some try. I was barbecuing I was staying in some apartments. And he was staying downstairs. And he was like, say, big homie, man, what you cooking up there? I'm like, man, I had some steaks, had some ribs. He like, man, let me get 4 plates. And right then now it took off. It just took off, you know. So it was like, damn, shit, if I can just sit at home and cook barbecue and sell barbecue at the same time and make it happen, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it. Let's believe that, you know. But appreciate this opportunity, bro, man. Blessings to your journey though, Jay, man.
Hey, we're
Real.
gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep motivating each other. That's what this is about. And to the rest of the world, y'all go check out Chef James Rucker. Google Chef James Rucker. Google Jay Tronius. This is Jay
Yeah.
Tronius once again, the governor of the galaxy. And you are Gabbin with the governor. And man, stay blessed and stay motivated through all of this, y'all. One time.
One time. Yes, sir.